Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming playing Element Space. So I'm continuing from where I left off last time in this recruiter new team member mission. What I'm going to do today is just kind of, I'm not going to play it for super long. I may not even play out this end of this mission. I'll probably get killed anyway because this is DEFCON. And just see how it goes a little bit. And then what my plan is after this is I'll probably leave this game for a bit and see how it goes if I get further on and come back to it, because at the moment all these levels are very sort of similar, and once you've seen these new team member missions and the normal missions, you've kind of seen it all. So I'll play it on myself and see if it gets to a point later where there's a lot of different things happening. Maybe you can have an extra person on your missions, maybe the story opens up. But at the moment we kind of got the plan. It's like a mission and then a recruiter team member mission and then a mission, and they're all not the same, but they're all, you know the pattern now. So that's my plan. I'll just play through this a little bit, whatever happens, and then I'll leave this game for a bit and I'll come back to it later if I find that by playing through myself I get to a point where it's got better or different to what I've already shown you. I think of all the games I've played that I can think of offhand, this is probably the game, and I'm not just talking about turn-based games, this is probably the game where, I know it's not possible with gaming and obviously there's copyrights and things, but if I could like take this game and give it lots of money and have it completely revamped and have some of the parts changed. This is the game where it's got so much possibility to be really, really good. There's so many things about this. I mean, you can tell by how it's done. It's not some, cheap asset knockoff. They've not just grabbed bits and pieces, and they put a lot of thought into this. Even the dialogue that's overwordy and long, they've put thought into what they're doing. It's a lot of effort for the fact it's just not polished enough, and it's a bit janky and irritating. So I think this is the game of all the games that I've ever played that I would just take and revamp, because it doesn't need a huge amount to get it smooth. I'm not even sure how it's going to, it's not, from how I've looked now, it's not actually running really smooth now, but that's fine because I'm not going to play this through for ages. So we're back in that room. We've got to save the scientist, which of course means killing the enemy. You know the drill now. The Prince Duke can only hit people with his sword, or maybe we can do one of those other things. Let's see. Can we do that to somebody? Soul Steel, whatever it is. Apparently not. Like I said, one of the things in this game that's a bit weird is it's hard to know what you can and can't do in different places. So he'll have to go somewhere because there's no point in standing there. Yeah, it's running a little bit janky. The movement of the cursor or the movement thing is a bit thin, so that's not helpful. And you can see by how it is now, it's not as smooth as it might have been. But okay, that is what it is. He can't move again, I don't know why. Okay, so punch lady, this will tell us where we are with this. Okay, that's fine, she can actually do something, so she might as well go and zap that bloke over there, that soldier. Of course she'll get shot because they just love Overwatch. But okay, we've damaged somebody. I feel like he should be able to do something that he can't. I don't know why he can't. It says it's too far, but on the other hand, it says it's too far, so that's why this game's a bit confusing, because he's in his blue circle, which usually means you've still got points to spend on your action. But it says he can't really do anything, so I don't know what that means. Maybe we can do one of these things, like Soul Crush. Okay, let's try that, see if we can do that. maybe not. It's a hard game to experiment with because you'll get killed, but in this particular mission, and looking at how the game's a bit slow and shuddery at the moment, I probably won't get through that much of it anyway, so I can't do that either. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's just see what they do then. I think it's one of those games, and I've said it is by no means the only game that has things that suddenly jank or freeze or don't work. XCOM does that often, so this has done less times than XCOM, especially War of the Chosen on console. It's when you've been playing a while and you get deeper into the game, it seems to have a tendency to freeze, or people go slowly, or something goes wrong. So XCOM I've had more problems with than this game, although I've played XCOM many more hours. But the problem with this game is because it's already awkward in general. The overview is awkward. You have to be in the exact right place to shoot someone around a box. Everything about it is slightly awkward. Then when it's a bit janky, it's much more difficult because you have to be very precise in this game. In XCOM, you don't have to be quite that precise with the movements and the placings. If you put someone next to a wall, they can usually shoot around the wall. You don't need to make sure they're a millimetre in or a millimetre out. So in this game, it's much more necessary to be precise. And if it's a little bit janky and you can't place your person exactly where you want, it becomes very difficult. So, yeah, it's one of those things, you know, like I said, all games are jank. She's dead, that's a shame. Oh, she's dead. I mean, that's that skull thing. So what that means, I think I've said that before, is she must have been killed in one of the earlier bits of this mission. It means that she can't be revived in this whole mission, which is going to be very bad. I can't emphasise just how bad that's going to be, because everybody's going to get shot. We're one person down and she can't be revived. I'm not even sure if the others got killed in the other missions, I can't remember. So we're just going to play this along a little bit because we're not going to be able to. There's going to be more guys that come in and kill us as well. And we've used our things, so that's bad. Okay, let's see if Prince can come and do something. At least we might as well take over one of their guys. Yeah, it's very janky. It's kind of sticking between different things you want to do, and everything's a little bit slower. I don't know whether it's not because it's this mission particularly, because I played this mission, like I said before, when I got stuck in it, and it was fine. So it's not this mission, it's just this mission this time. Okay, so we've taken over that guy. As far as I can ascertain, once you take over somebody, you don't have any control over them exactly. They just do their own thing, but they're not working for the enemy. So it is what it is. He can't do anything else, and he can't do anything. And the worst thing is half his hit points are gone. He's got no medical kit, and our healing lady is no more. So he might as well go there, because again, there's no point in standing there. They'll shoot us anyway. You can never tell, they're going to shoot us in there. They'll shoot us anyway. Whatever you do, they'll shoot. And it's very hard to tell whether they'll have a good shot or whether we'll have a good shot. And now, we might as well shoot one of them. Yeah, I'll shoot him. And I can't tell whether shooting him over the box. Okay, well that's fine. Another time that would have hit the box, so you just don't know. Okay, so he's done his bit. He can't do any more really. I mean, he could run away, I guess. No, he couldn't. Okay, so there's no more that anyone can do. I think the Prince has got movement points, but there's nowhere for him to move. And what's going to happen now, I'm going to guess, is that guy's going to get killed and the Prince will be left alone. Which is probably right, because he's annoying. So, considering his behaviour in the recruitment mission, he should be alone. He doesn't deserve friends. So there's quite a lot of these doctors. They're not really much help. They just run around. It's like those retaliation missions in XCOM where you've got the aliens and the Advent are attacking the base of these rebels, and the people there just run around, and even if there's a chrysalid or whatever it is next to them, they just put their arms up over their heads and crouch down. You think that's not what you would do. Yeah, he got killed. I knew that. You think that's not what you would do. Why would that be your action? Even if you're terrified of being killed and you're terrified of aliens, every single person in those missions, all the civilians, all they do is crouch down and put their hands over their head, even if they're standing right next to an alien. And you think, well, that's a good way to die. So it's a bit like this. These scientists dudes, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to stand behind stuff and run about a bit. And if you're in a life and death struggle, and you can see that the people coming to help you are outnumbered, you might kind of want to lend a hand. Just if that ever happens to you in real life, if you ever find yourself in a life and death struggle in an alien environment in a pretty small space, and your rescuers are struggling, don't just stand behind crates. That's not going to be helpful. So yeah. They're shooting at these scientist dudes, and like in all games, when you're running out of people and they're killing your guys, you can't really worry about the civilians. So the prince is going to have to come. Oh no, I can hear you. I don't know. The prince is going to have to. Where is the prince? He's all the way over there. I really want him to revive that guy, but he's going to be too far. So we're going to have to run around here, because there's no point in leaving that guy dead. There's a really annoying point in those retaliation missions in XCOM where Bradford says something like, after about 3 civilians are killed, he says something like, "People are getting wiped out here, you need to save these people," something like that. And it's really irritating because, you know, he's not there, so you come if you want to do it better. And you've got, like, you know, however many people with loads of aliens, and you've already saved sometimes 3 or 4 people out of the 6 you need to save each time you do that to get it okay. And you can't do any more, and he's like, "Oh, you need to save some more people." Like, what? Oh, get lost. Okay, so these really helpful scientists are hiding behind stuff. Nice. Not only are they hiding behind stuff, they're just running around to different stuff to hide behind. I mean, I don't know what sort of behaviour that is, but it's odd. Yeah, go and shoot her, I don't care, because she's just standing there. So, you know, what does she expect us to do? We've got one person. Help yourselves. So, we are going to try. No, we're not. They're still on. Yeah, where are we? Okay, are they still shooting? Oh my god. Oh, they shot the prince dude, but he's got quite a lot of health, so he will. It's that same problem. He's got no way of healing himself and the other guy, the captain dude, and we haven't got any health kits. So he will run round and no doubt this turn hopefully be able to revive the captain, but in doing so he's being shot a lot, and then the captain will either have to do something himself or revive him. And then you end up in that vicious circle where you're just reviving the other person over and over again while they run around killing everybody, and that's not counting the fact that we're not helping these scientists. Like I said, they don't really deserve to be helped, but that's not the point. So we can go there and revive him. If he makes it, I don't know if they've got Overwatch. No, they haven't, so okay, he can revive him. But that still means that he's not on full health, and that isn't, like I said, it's very hard to find a strategy, because now he's not really got any more movement points. I mean, action points, sorry. So he can't do much. He can go around there to avoid being shot, and he'll get shot anyway. What would be... Oh, okay. What will be really good in this game, like I said, the two things you need, even based on all the things I've said in the systems that are a bit biased and unfair is you need a grenade, not a smoke grenade, I mean a grenade. That would be very useful, that you could throw at, if it's a stun grenade, that you can throw at these clustered enemies, like these two there standing next to each other, literally, and they do that often. So, because they're overwatching and they don't have to care about any kind of mass attack. So a grenade of any form that's not a smoke grenade would be useful, or a sniper would be useful, something like that. If that melee lady with the good run and kill people could actually also use a sniper rifle, that would be very useful, because if you could shoot people from a long way off without getting close up to them, that would be useful. But those are the two things that would be really useful, but they're just not. I don't know whether I'm assuming grenade will come into this later, but I don't know if there is a sniper option at all. Maybe one of the people we recruit is going to be a sniper. That's usually kind of how it works, isn't it? You recruit new people and each one's got some speciality. They're just shooting that same scientist, well, you know, whatever. If you just want to stand there and be shot, and he's going to get shot again. And you can see, like, number one, it's still jerky janky, and that's not me doing it. And number two, they've got a lot of people doing Overwatch, shooting at people we can't begin to help, who aren't going to help themselves, while we've got kind of like, and he's dead now, so that's what it is. While we've got people being shot, and then the only option we have, yeah, kill her, good. She just stood there anyway. No sympathy for her whatsoever. She didn't even bother to kneel down. She was just literally standing there. And yeah, you can see now the problem, and it won't get better, because they've not really lost anybody. A few of their people are on low health, and all we can do now is run to help him, because Prince has been killed. Personally, I'd leave him, but anyway. So we can run there and help him, and then by doing that, that's taken our turn, and we won't be able to shoot anybody. We'll be in the same position as last time, where now he's standing there and they're standing there where they can be shot. The Prince might be able to kill that guy. Yeah, okay, we'll kill him at least, because he's been annoying. He keeps shooting people, he's really annoying me. And Prince will go and kill him. He'll probably be shot by somebody, because somebody's always got, yeah, some Overwatch somewhere. I don't even know where that came from, but like I said, that thing they have where it's like if you come close to them they shoot you is effectively Overwatch. They call it differently, but that's what it is. So when you don't see the red cones marking Overwatch, that means nothing, because if these guys have that come near us we shoot you, that's, yeah, and it automatically fires against the enemy that gets close, which is, you know, almost Overwatch, especially in a very small space where you're not going to be running across somewhere distant anyway. That's virtually Overwatch. They've described Overwatch. Overwatch in a small space. So the Prince guy better go there. He'll be shot wherever he goes, because they've got guys over the other side, and he'll get shot for just moving, because he's gone near that guy, but they've got guys everywhere, so he'll be shot anyway. Him, I don't know where he wants to go. Actually, he can't really go anywhere, so let's just end this turn. And like I said before, a lot of these levels, when they are over stacked against you, or as with this level, because our team member who's dead now got killed in one of the earlier missions in this level, earlier battles, when you've not done well in an earlier battle, which in this case I've used both my health kits and all my health kits, and one of our people have been killed once already, so they can't be revived again, you're absolutely, to use the technical term, screwed. So that's what's happened here. We've kind of had to use up our resources and people to get to this point, and now they've got, I don't know, a lot of people who shoot someone when they get near. We've got people we're trying to save that we can't save because they're just standing there. They've got 6 guys still shooting, and that's not counting if anybody else comes in. They're shooting us. If we get anywhere near them, they'll shoot us, and that Prince guy has to get near them. Really, I know he can take somebody over with their mind, but again, that's one person, and they've got 6. And even the captain, yes, he can shoot someone with a shotgun. He's got that grapple thing where you can pull someone near him, but then they'll shoot him because it's a grapple, and they'll be near him, and all the time we're being shot, and now we're both on pretty low health. and this is no way the end of the mission. This only, you can always tell in this game, there's like 6 guys that are average guys, so there's going to be somebody else come in or some reinforcements drop in at some point. And meanwhile they keep shooting us, and that guy's Quinton's on really low health, and really we're going to lose in the next turn, because whatever he does, he can't shoot anybody because he has to try and revive the prince or bring him back to life. I don't know if we can do that. We can't, can we? That's only that lady can do that. We have to wait for him to die to do that, and I think because he's already died, I think that's how it works. He won't be able to revive him because he's already been killed once, so this is not going to go well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video rather than you just watch me jank around being killed and reviving myself over and over again, because that's not very interesting. It's not actually very interesting to be playing either. I'll go away, I might take a little break from this and come back into it if it's less janky, and I'll come back to this game at a later point if and when I get further on to show you, you know, if it's worth going on with, to be honest, because like I said, the game could be good, it can be fun. The way it is so many interesting parts to it, but it's not really great to get through. And if you continue on with this and nothing really changes other than the missions get harder and there's no more opening up of the story or the different sorts of missions, it's not going to be worth getting through, really. And that's not that I don't like the game, it's just, like I said, it's a combination of the missions being in these small areas and the unfairness of it, and the fact the missions are all a bit kind of grindy. And if you get to a point later where it all opens up and there's much more interesting missions and more interesting story things going on, then it might be worth going through this, even with grindy, janky missions. And if not, it might not be worth it. So if I get further, I will come back to this and report how it is. In fact, whatever it is, if I get further, I'll report, like, you know, what's going on and if it's worth it. And if I don't get further, then you won't see another video about this from me. But anyway, thanks for watching. The next mission, or the next game I'll be playing will be Watch Dogs Legion, because I always intermingle the other games with that, and I'll be doing the Battersea Borough Liberation mission, which is kind of long, but it's much more difficult than the one I played before. And yeah, Watch Dogs Legion is honestly, it's more fun to play than this, because of the reasons I've stated. So anyway, I hope you're having a good day. The temperature is 30 today in London. It's very warm. It'll probably be warmer later on, so if you like the heat, you'd wish you were in London, and if you don't, like me, then anyway, thanks for watching, take care.